Began for me, and I want to share it with you. Get your copy today at acradio.live. Bring out your beauty and confidence from the inside out. Buy this book today at www.acradio.live.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and I'm here to influence, educate, inspire, and entertain you with Audacious Confidence. Audacious Confidence is the unshakable belief in yourself that's so bold and so daring that you live your life without limits or restrictions. So join me on my show, Unleash Your Audacious Confidence, so we can discover the unknown you. Call in to join the conversation at 888-565-1470. Let's get started. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Hi. It's Monday. Yes, it's Monday again. I'm waiting for it to pop up on Facebook so I can start inviting people. I haven't seen it pop up yet on my phone. It's working slowly today. But I just want to welcome all of those of you who are watching by Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to like, share, give me some love, give me some hearts. There it goes. It just popped up. So I'm about to do the same myself to start liking and sharing and letting everybody hear and see what's going on. I got to just take that off. So, yep, hitting that invite button. So, I just want to say, if you're watching by Periscope, thank you so much. You can also swipe and share on Periscope. And if you are watching on YouTube, go right ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up if you're liking the content. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining in on Periscope. I know Periscope moves kind of fast, so I can't say everybody who's joining on Periscope, but thank you so much for joining. I'd love, if you're liking the content as we go along today, just give me some hearts. And if you want to call in to my guest today, if you have any questions, I'm going to introduce her in a moment. But if you have any questions, make sure you call in. The number is 888-565-1470, and you can call in. And I just wanted to give a quick little shout out to Ashley Stewart, because next week, Monday, I will be on CBS in New Orleans promoting my book again. We're going to do a couple segments for CBS. And then I will be doing a book signing at Ashley Stewart, yay, for Age Younger, 21 Tips to Make Your 40s Look Like Your 20s. So I just want to say thank you, Ashley Stewart, once again for inviting me to do a book signing, this time in New Orleans. I haven't done a book signing in New Orleans, so this is the first time. So if you are in the area, anywhere in the New Orleans area, come on by. I will be at Ashley Stewart on Gentilly Boulevard. It is from 3 to 5 on Monday the 17th. So make sure you stop on by and say hi and let me get to know you in person. So thank you so much for all your support as well. Those of you who supported the Boys and Girls Club. I am still looking for some more friends who are willing to support with $10. I was nominated for one of the 100 most influential women in Broward County, and I was asking 100 friends to donate $10 to the Boys and Girls Club. So if you are listening, you can go to my website, acradio.live, www.acradio.live, to lend your support, just $10 to the Boys and Girls Club of America. And I would so appreciate that. And so would the kids, the boys and girls who are looking forward to, the facilities that they have there. So now on to my guest. So my guest today, I met her through, you're never going to guess, of course, LinkedIn. I met her through LinkedIn. I realized I still have on my headphones. Let me take those off. I met her through LinkedIn, and we struck up a really great conversation. And so I invited her to come on the show because she has an amazing concept that I wanted to share with you. And Carol Dunlop, who's just joining us by video, she's an energetic and personable networker, a #1 Amazon International best-selling author of the book Unmarket Your Business, 10 Ways for Entrepreneurs to Stand Out, Stop Struggling, and Start Profiting. and she is among the elite in her field. Her clients refer to her as an online marketing phenom, and she's known as the online wow strategist. She's the chief content officer at CSI, which is Creative Solutions International Inc. Corporation, the company she founded more than 23 years ago with her husband, Alvin. Carol currently speaks to women entrepreneurs about how to unmarket their business and utilize their website as their business hub. She also shows them how to get the conversation started, grow your brand awareness, build trust, and ultimately convert their fans, friends, and followers into paying clients through the strategies that she uses. So, Carol, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here myself and actually see you. You're just as beautiful as your pictures say that you are.
Thank you. Because, we've only had phone conversations.
Yeah.
So first of all, I wanted to ask you this concept of unmarket your business. Where did that come from?
Well, I guess I've been doing it all my life. I'm one of those people who thinks out of the box, like there never was a box.
Right.
Think on my own. And when I decided to do the book, I was trying to think, what is a good topic that would bring people in, that would make people want to read the story. And I did some researching, and unmarketing just kind of came to me because we all do marketing. But the thing is, when you start a business or you're trying to get your project out there, you go to your well-known traditional things like, get your business card, get a yellow page ad or something, but who does that stuff anymore? We have to do things that are new, that are in this digital age, that really are relevant with the people we're trying to connect with. So it's all about just unmarketing. It's turning marketing upside down, turning it on its head, and not really doing the traditional stuff, but not leaving it out either, but just doing things that people are maybe not thinking about as much.
A little bit unexpected.
There you go. Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. So another question I really had, because you said you work primarily with women. Why did you choose women as your demographic? That's a big sigh.
Well, the reason I do that is because when I go to most big coaches, they go, you're leaving out half of the universe. If you only do women, you could do men too. The thing is, I don't hate men. I like working with men. Some of my clients are men, so it's fine. But I know that we need assistance. We need help. I think there's much more information out there for men in general, or the women just don't pick up on it. So I'm a woman. I know how hard it's been for me to really get heard, get heard above all the crowd, all the noise that's out there. So I wanted to do something special, straight to my heart, and help women out because I know what they need to do and how they need to do it.
And we do business differently than men. Truthfully.
We really do. We have that heart thing going on. And
right.
Sometimes it gets us into trouble, but sometimes it can be really, really good too.
Yeah. So excellent. I know that you work specifically with websites and social media, and that is really your niche, helping them build out their website and helping them stand out in social media. So tell me a little bit about social media branding strategies that you've used for some of your clients, and just some tips that you can help us with some social media strategies.
Sure, I'd love to. The one main thing you have to know, well, there's really three things you have to know with any business and starting on social media or any kind of marketing is, one, you have to know who you're talking to. Who is your audience? So once you know that, then you'll know what they're waiting to hear. So you need to find out. The second thing you need to know is, what do they even want from you? You may think they want this program, but they really want that program. So you got to find that out. And then the third thing you need to know is, what are you willing to give them? So once you know who you're talking to, what they want, and what you're willing to give them, you can just go all out.
Right. Who are you talking to? What do they want? And what are you willing to give them? Excellent. Did you get that?
You have to know that first, because you may create a program that you think is the bomb diggity.
But nobody wants it.
Nobody wants it. Nobody's going to buy it. So you have to figure out, you got to know your audience intimately. And going along with knowing your audience intimately and what they want, you have to know where they are. If you love Facebook to death, you're a ride or die Facebook person, but
You
your
are,
audience
yes.
is on Twitter, guess where you need to be?
You need to be on Twitter. Yep. It's all about positioning. You have to position yourself correctly for your audience to find you and know what it is that you have to offer them. So, absolutely. So, know who your audience is. And does that only work for business, or can you apply that to other things as well?
You can apply it to everything. Your audience is unique. Whoever you're going after, they're unique. They have a unique set of problems that they need for you to solve. So if you're a B2C, which is business to consumer, or you're B2B, business to business, it doesn't matter. You still have to know who your audience is. If you're dealing with Fortune 500 companies, but you have a Fortune 100 message, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. So, for instance, the reason I asked that question is I know a lot of employers now are using social media through their employees. So they're looking at how they can better use social media to impact and influence the people that their employees know. So as an employee, you can become more valuable as well to your employer if you understand who the consumer is that your employer is going after, and you be on that platform as well.
Oh, of course. Of course. It's all about understanding without actually having to ask somebody something. Even though I do say, ask your audience, sometimes your audience doesn't really know what they want, what they're willing to buy. So you have to look at the trends. You have to look at what they're doing, who they're following, what they're talking about, who the influencers are. You have to look at all those things have to come into consideration when you're trying to get your strategy down. Because if you just say, hey, I love Twitter, I'm going on Twitter, let me post some stuff on Twitter, and you don't know who your audience is or what they want, you're going to really miss the mark. Or you may hit the mark, but you may only hit the mark half of the time. And who has time to waste with just doing it 50%?
Great. So I have another interesting question here about your book, because you said I was listening to your podcast. I listened. I was listening to your podcast, and you said you wrote your book in 90 days. So what inspired you, first of all, to write your book, and then how did you accomplish that in 90 days? Because it's a huge book. It's not it's not a little book.
It's not a pamphlet. No, it's not a pamphlet. It's like almost 200 pages.
Right.
Well, the main reason I wanted to write the book in the first place is because I wanted to kick off my speaking career. Because when people see me in person or virtual, just like some people are watching me on video now, they really get who I am, and they see all my idiosyncrasies and all this, and they're like, I kind of like her. I think I'll follow her or whatever. I just have my biggest impact when I'm in person.
Right.
Well, for yourself, when you have a book, people are more likely to book you for speaking gigs or to even pay attention to you when you have a book, because they consider you the authority because
now you're an expert in your field. Right.
Exactly. You wrote the book. So I had to come up with, what would be, the other thing about writing a book is what will people want to read? What will really catch them? And I knew that if I was talking about marketing in a way that made sense, that they would probably want to read that. And I was like, you know what? I've been in this business for over 20 years. These marketing strategies that I've used have been out of the box, things that people don't even really think about. So why don't I just write a book about that? And I came up with the 10 strategies. And I have to admit, I did have an author coach, Anita R. Henderson of WriteYourLife.net. She is totally awesome. She helped me bring that book out of my mind and onto paper.
It is so important. I have to say, it is important to have someone to coach you through. If you want to write a book quickly, it's really important to have someone coach you through it.
It is, and have somebody who knows what they're doing. She's written several books. Her books have all gotten, the books of her clients have gotten awards and things. So I knew she was good. So we settled down. She sent me this information. I did my outline first thing. I learned that from my editor, Candace L. Davis, of Go Write Something. I was like, you have to have an outline because you have to know what you're writing about.
You need a path, right?
It makes sense. You need a path. You need a path, a direction, a strategy. And once I had that, I was like, okay, I can do this. And I knew about when I wanted the book to be done, because I had some other things to do in my life. And I said, well, if I sit down for an hour every morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., and I can write at least 1,000 words, then I can get through these 10 chapters pretty quickly. So I did that.
Right.
But then when I took it back to Anita, she was like, okay, we need something else on this book. We need, like, the
Stories.
strategies are just the middle part. We need some story stuff.
We need stories.
You know,
we need humanity.
Yes. We need humanity. Yes, we need case studies. I was like, oh, my God. So I had to go back and put all that in. But I still just wrote. You know, I just wrote. I didn't rewrite. I didn't research. I just wrote. I wrote what was, you know, in my brain. And I think that's one thing that people don't look at. You have a lot of information in your brain. You've been on this earth for a while, so you know things, and other people want to know things. So once I got the 10 strategies down, it was pretty simple to go back and do the other stuff.
And just find the stories that connect to each strategy. And yeah.
And
So
worry about putting the pieces together. You know, it's like a puzzle.
Right.
So and it was easy after that.
And you're a writer too. I mean, you're a content creator, so it helps that you have that process already, knowing how to sit and write. You know, you set yourself that goal to sit and write and just sit and write. So that's great.
Right.
You know, sometimes, you know, it's hard when you sit down to do something that you've never really done before, as opposed to just restructuring the process of doing something that you're used to doing. Your brain is used to already sitting down and thinking and writing. So that helped.
That is true.
That helped a lot.
That did help a lot. I did take some information from my blog post, though. I had several, you know, I've posted a lot of blogs over the years. I've written ebooks and, like you said, other content generation stuff. So it wasn't that hard, but just pulling it all together. I think that's
and then being disciplined enough to sit down and say, I'm going to write 1,000 words every day from 7 to 8, and just being consistent with that. That takes discipline, and it does take some you know, courage to sit down and do that.
But I had to do it.
You had to do it
because I had to get the book out. The book was just screaming inside of me, and I had to get it out. And the only way to do it was to write it, get it out of my head, so my brain would just leave me alone. And I'd be okay.
So you can sleep.
Once I got it done, so I could sleep. Yeah. But once I got it done, it was so awesome. And even my husband told me, he was like, I am so proud of you for getting that done. That is totally awesome. I was like, okay, thank you.
Thank you. On to the next thing. So what do you think when it comes to marketing? Because we're gonna talk a little bit. My clock disappeared. There it is. I just want to make sure we don't run out of time, because I want to ask you these questions. But what do you think keeps women, because women is your core client, what do you think keeps them stuck in marketing? Do you have any particular thing that you see over and over and over again, specifically with women, that keeps them stuck?
Yes, I do. Thank you for asking that question. It's the whole word marketing. They make it seem like it's a dirty word.
This big.
Yes, but it's not. You just break it down. And that's what I wanted to do with the book. I have 10 different strategies. You can go through each of the chapters. You can look at it yourself. You can figure out what you want to try, what you want to do. And it's all about just trying. These are the 10 things that work for me. They're very easy. They're low cost. Some of them are no cost. They just, you know, take some sweat equity to get done. But the marketing, women just shy away from that. And I think
it sounds too salesy, you think?
Well, yeah, it sounds salesy, and it sounds like I'm promoting myself. And, you know, we're all taught, don't promote yourself, don't brag on yourself. But how else are you going to let people know what you're doing if you're not, and it's not bragging, it's just telling
You're letting people know.
Yeah, just letting people know. If you don't let people know what you do, how will they ever know what you do? You know, I tell people I'm the online wow strategist because that's what I do. I help people achieve online wow with their website and social media and all that. But if I never told you that, what would you think that I did? You wouldn't even know.
We wouldn't even know. Yeah. So how do you help them break through that barrier? Just by giving them different strategies? Or do you help them actually see marketing as beneficial to them?
Both, actually. We really sit down and I just talk to them and I ask them, what is it that you want to do? And once I ask them, what do you want to do with this company? Or
what are your
project?
goals? Yeah.
what are your goals? Then they light up, and they can tell me, because, women love to talk, so we'll talk your ears off. We'll tell you everything. And then I say, well, what if you had no barriers, like money wasn't a barrier, time or anything, what could you see? Where could you see this going? You have to think like big picture, like bigger than I am. Just, wow. So once we get that, and then, I don't know, I have this knack. I think God blessed me with it, and I'm able to help them strategize and see what the path is when they're telling me what they're doing or what they want to do. And I'm like, well, I see this, or I see you could do this. And then they're like, wow, never thought about that. Or, yes, I was thinking about that. It's all about getting their brain going and trying to think of things that they could do. Because there are a lot of marketing things that you do that you don't think about them as marketing, but that's what you're doing.
But that's what you're doing. I have a question from Sandra on Facebook. She wants to know if we can get your info, which I was going to give you her info, but since she asked, let's give it to her now.
Oh, sure. Thank you so much, Sandra. Hello there, and thank you for listening. You can reach me. You know what? I've got something special for your listeners, and it is 7 client-getting strategies they can use on their website. And all you have to do is go to CSIcorporation.com/7, the number 7, -strategies. And you can download it. It's an ebook that I did, and it gives you 7 proven strategies to actually help you to get clients from your website with just a few tweaks. And once you're there, you'll have access to the website so you can see all my contact information, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. But go get that freebie. It'll help you out a lot.
So CSI, say the website again.
CSI Corporation, corporation spelled out, .com. So CSIcorporation.com /7-strategies.
7-strategies. Okay. CSI Corporation. .com /7-strategies.
Yeah, and if you forget all that, just remember CSIcorporation.com is on the homepage too.
It's on the homepage too, so you just have to opt in. All right, so you get that freebie if you go to her website, guys, and you'll get those 7 strategies to get clients. So here's a really great question, because so many people, I've heard them talk about using either their LinkedIn profile, their Instagram, or their Facebook as their, their website to promote things and to get people to their Facebook page to use. What is the danger of using social media alone and not having your own website?
That is an awesome question. Thank you for asking. The main danger is you don't own it. Just like Mark Zuckerberg right now is waiting to talk to Congress about how he allowed some privacy issues to get into place and all that. And they've shut down so many APIs from Facebook. There's so many things you can't do right now. You don't own any of that stuff. But you do own your own website on your own domain. So that's where the bulk of your information should be. And you really should be using Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all those strategies, including LinkedIn, as a road to your website. So just think about them as part of your marketing kit, not the marketing kit. And it's just like you build your, it's building your ground on sand, building your house on sand, like the Bible says, you build your house on sand, it's going to get washed away. You can't use those things because you don't own them. And I would be very afraid of putting any effort into something that I don't own. I can't manipulate. I have no control over.
Right.
So if Mark Zuckerberg tomorrow says, I'm not doing this Facebook thing anymore. I mean, he's a billionaire.
Or if the government shuts it down.
Or if the government, the government shuts it down, or something else comes along, you're out. Your whole site is down. Your followers are gone. Everything's done. So you have to have something that you own for yourself.
Perfect. And so now we see why it's important to have your own website and your own domain name. And let's talk about branding and domain names for a second, because I deal with personal branding. So I always tell people that they need to have their own name.com. They need to find a way to get it, have it, so nobody else can go out there and get it.
Right.
And how do you approach domain names?
Well, I approach them as what are your keywords? If you're trying to have somebody find you by your name and your name is your keyword, fine. Brand your name. But if you have a keyword out there, for instance, for myself, I have the book out there. So, of course, my domain name for another website is going to be Unmarket Your Business.
Right.
But it just depends on the project that you have. If you want to make your domain name your keywords, or if you want to make it your company name, if you want to make it sound, what are the keywords that you want to be found for? If you can put that in your domain name, that's fine. If you can't, that's fine too, because then you can put keywords inside. But definitely, whatever it is.
And you can have multiple domain names. So my thing is, if you own your own name, then nobody else can have it.
Right.
But then you can use keywords for people that are searchable, so that people can find your particular service or product. Use those things in the domain name. That makes it easier to search on Google, because it'll pop up right away if the name is already in the name of the domain. Mm-hmm. So, I'm running out of time. So, what is the secret to getting clients from your website? If you could give me a couple tips.
A couple tips right now. I'll give you 3.
Okay.
Number 1, use your keywords all over your website, in your titles, in your headlines, whatever your keywords are, use them there. Number 2 is to blog. People get to know you, trust you, like you, and buy from you by your blog. Please do that. And the other thing is interview other people and put the interview on your website, so their audience will come to your website to see who they are.
Yeah. Like I'm doing right now.
Yes, exactly. You're following it exactly.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Carol, for all your amazing advice. And I'm going to have your info on the website. You can go to my website, acradio.live, to get all the information on how to link to Carol. And I just want to remind you again, I'm looking for 100 friends to donate to the Boys and Girls Club of America, just $10. And I will see you guys in New Orleans next week. Hopefully. All right. So everybody stay safe. Have a great week. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Alicia. Bye-bye.
A wise friend always says to me, we have a finite number of minutes to spend. And just like you can only spend $1 once, you can only spend 1 minute once. It's your choice. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for choosing to spend some of your minutes with me on my show. I wish you love, health, and happiness to live your life with audacious confidence. I love you, and we'll see you next time.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and